Everybody, we're here with Adrian Dev.
How's it going?
With TAP, LA, the Artist Project, and we just wanted to have you come down and talk about what you do to give back to the community and any tips that you have for other people that could do the same.
I think the easiest tip is to just be a good person. And part of being a good person is helping people that maybe can't do anything for you, or maybe they can. I don't know. It's just about helping people that need help.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big thing, and it's not always donations. I think time is the biggest thing that you can give someone. I think it's the most worthy thing.
That's sweet. That's awesome. Now you are an actor from Texas.
Some people say this.
Kind
yes,
of Texas. You
totally.
said you were from
Texas.
Multiple
Texas.
places. How long did it take you? Because now you did The Big Sick. You're on Westworld. You have a movie coming out in December. How long did it take to get to that point? Is there like a time?
Oh my God. I feel like mentally it took my whole life.
Uh-huh.
But I think realistically maybe 5-6 years.
Uh-huh.
But mostly my whole life.
Wow, 5-6 years. Now, do you have any tips for people who are starting, who are new, or?
My big tip is, especially if you're in LA or New York, listen to yourself and your friends before you listen to strangers.
Oh.
Because I feel like people try to find advice from all these, they see someone on Instagram or on the internet and they're like, oh, this is who I need to be like.
Unless they're watching this podcast.
Yeah, you totally need to be like us, for sure.
You can listen to us.
But some of the people in LA are pretty shady.
Yeah, I found that really hard when I first moved here. It was so hard to find friends and people to trust. I had this girl who wasn't an actor, and I was asking her where she got her hair colored, and she wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, stuff like that where you're like, oh, where'd you get that cool sweater or shirt? And they're like, you can't have the same sweater.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I didn't know that was the thing. So how did you moved here, how did you find that base of friends that you could trust, that core? Because that's something I feel like a lot of people need, because a lot of people move out here to be an actor, and it's so hard.
Oh man, I think for me, it's I'm a pretty good judge of people. But for me, a lot of it was through work, and then I would kind of go through those phases you have in friendship where you're like, okay, is this person like a good person, or what are you friends with them for? Like, are they funny? Do they bring up the energy level? I have different friends for different reasons. I feel like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I have some friends that I know, okay, this guy's just all positivity, uplifts your spirit. Mostly work is where I found most of my friends. I feel like, when you have similar interests, I feel like it's easier to connect on a deeper level.
Now, did you take classes when you came out here? Did you take any acting classes that you loved?
Taken a bunch. If you're watching, you should go to Baron Brown, BGB. I did improv at Groundlings. I think if you're trying to be a comedian or like a character, like a funny character actor, Groundlings is the best. It's the funnest thing ever. But there's so many good ones. I've been to Stella Adler, I've been to Strasberg. They're all good. It's just really you just got to find the class that fits you and your personality.
That's cool.
That's what it is.
That's cool. Now, you're Indian, and you were talking about being Southeast Asian. Do you feel like you get typecast, or how do you feel like it is as an actor?
I feel like people try to typecast me, but I think it's why I kind of refer to myself as a South Asian, so they kind of get confused and they're like, wait, South Asia, where is that? It's totally in India, if you don't know. But yeah, I think people try to typecast me, but a big thing about me is, I'm the most suburban person ever. People I feel like when I was a kid, people would give me those curry jokes and stuff, and I'm like, I grew up eating bagel bites and wings.
Well, you're a football star too.
And I played football, so it's I don't know. I think I'm kind of go against the typecasting. People have definitely tried, but I'm kind of very set in my ways. Where I've walked out of auditions, I've walked out of meetings. I've just been like, okay, that's cool. This is not what I'm doing, and maybe it'll hurt me in my career at some points, but it hasn't yet. So I keep doing what I'm doing.
I know a lot of my fans are big fans of Bollywood movies. Do you watch?
Oh man, yes, and I have a Bollywood movie coming out next year.
What is it?
With Brendan Fraser.
That's awesome.
A Bollywood movie with Brendan Fraser. It's pretty crazy. It's called The Field.
That's so cool.
It's in post-production right now.
Where did you shoot that?
Here in Los Angeles. A lot of stuff was in India too, but my stuff was in Los Angeles.
That's so cool. That's awesome. You see, crazy. There's all these other projects that you just didn't even tell us about before.
Oh yeah.
So how do you get over the hump of rejection? Because a lot of people.
Oh man. Okay. For me, this is a big thing. I feel no shame. I don't get rejection comes in life so often. And like I grew up like, you know, the new kid always. I moved around a lot as a kid. I was, you know, always the bullied new kid. So for me, I don't think rejection, you know, for me it's just, I don't know, once you grow up with that, I think you're just kind of, things like that aren't, I don't know, I feel like they don't really get in my way. I don't know why.
You just let it go off your shoulders.
But yeah, and I think like if you do that, it's, you know, okay, if I don't book this one project or if I don't get that one role, like that's cool, you know, but there's so much stuff going on all the time that it's, you know, whatever's meant to be will happen, I guess, or whatever you work for will happen. But
do you ever produce your own projects?
I do not.
You do not?
People always ask me, they're like, oh, do you write?
Yeah.
Do you want to produce? And I'm like, I love acting. Like, there's, I think for me, one day I definitely want to produce projects and be an executive producer and go down that path. But right now, I like acting.
How did you get the Bollywood movie? Is there a different agency you had to go to, or
no?
That's something I want to
like
be in a
some
Bollywood
random
movie.
team. This team, I guess, we had worked on a commercial or something together, me and some of the people on the team, and I got an email one day, and it was like, "Hey, do you want to be on this Bollywood project?" And I was like, "I've never been on a Bollywood project. My whole essence as a human is going the opposite way and like beating Asian stereotypes. So it's never been something that I wanted to do." Which I do, like I did grow up watching a good bit of Bollywood movies with the subtitles on because I can't speak Hindi, but yeah.
It's amazing though. I was just I forget the trailer, but my friend was telling me about this actress who's this like British actress who they like dubbed her. They just dubbed her, and now she has like 20 million fans, and she's on like Supergirl.
Oh, that's the best. Like some of my boys did shows. They did like HBO shows, and then they would like hear the Mexican dubbing and like the German dubbing.
It's so cool.
And it's so funny.
It's it's really cool. So you've been in LA, you were able to kind of rise up and just do everything. Any tips for people out here who want to move here besides the friend group, like finding a job? Like how did you find a job out here?
Oh yeah, I already had that plan before I came.
You planned it, so you're smart.
But I think friends will get you there. Like it's really bad. Just come here and make some friends. People in LA really like to take care of each other.
Yeah.
I think that's like a big thing. It's such a collaborative city with like everything. Brands, clothing, food. Everyone likes to connect their brands together and, you know, just make the most out of what we can. And I think that's how like so many of my friends, even like acting jobs, it's like how you get 90% of your stuff is like connections are literally everything.
Now, I know like this is all amazing advice, but not everybody out there is as friendly as you are. Any tips on how to make friends? Because you seem like you've been able to make some really great contacts.
I seem like that, but I hate people for the most part.
So how do you like stay in touch with people? Like what are your what are your secrets?
See, what I always try to do is just find like common ground. And whether it's, you know, talking about myself until I figure out what the person connects with, talking about food, where they're from. There's so many things. I think it's really just talking. Talking has got me.
Do you ever get nervous about talking? Like it's like especially like you work with some really amazing directors and celebrities. Like you worked with Judd Apatow. How like was that? Did you like? Because if I would just be like, oh my god.
Oh man, see, it's different by like people. Like that wasn't because like the way we were all like on set together playing ping pong and stuff. So it was so casual. I kept losing in ping pong. Like I got beat by Kumail and Johnny, but like I think it was like 21 to like 5, and it was embarrassing. But after that, I was like, okay, cool. Everyone already knows I'm terrible at ping pong, so I could at least be good at talking.
That's great. So
But it's definitely like, I don't know. There's definitely been times where I'm talking and I get caught or I get stuck. Or maybe even I just lose my train of thought. Like I had to go to a thing last night. It was the auction of Hugh Hefner's estate.
Oh wow!
And like me and Cooper, his son, are talking for a second, and I just like stop, and I'm just like looking around. And I'm like, totally forgot what I was even talking about or saying.
Was it depressing? Like, was it sad or?
Maybe for a second.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna let that awkward moment just slide by.
Now, how do you get invited to these events? You talked before about your team. Like, what do you think an actor needs to have?
Ooh.
You think a publicist is necessary, or?
I wouldn't say necessary, but it's good.
Does the publicist help you get to those events?
A lot of times, but I feel like once you get to that point, it's more your network. And, you know, like once brands have already seen me at, you know, an event for so-and-so person or so-and-so brand, they're quick to reach out to me and be like, oh, we saw you in this. Like, I played in Snoop Dogg's Celebrity Game.
That's so cool.
And since then, I've gotten so many invites to play in other games. And, if the cause is right, and if it's a fun sport. Like, if you invite me to play water polo, I'm probably not going to be there. Definitely not going to play. If you invite me to, like, a chess tournament, maybe. Probably not. But, like, football and basketball,
and how did you do in Snoop's tournament?
Oh, man, okay.
Did you do good?
So, like, I was doing really good first half.
Because you're a football player, right? You
yes.
played in college?
Yeah,
or?
Played in college.
What did you play?
Alabama. I played DB, Roll Tide. And so it's like, I don't know, but like after, I guess at halftime I got traded.
Oh.
Snoop traded me personally, but he traded me for an Olympian. Carmelita Jeter. She's the world's fastest woman, I guess. That's like, she like won the Olympics gold. I had no idea. At first I was really mad that I was getting traded for a girl in a game of football.
But then she was the
and then
fastest
I found out
woman
she was
in
the
the
fastest
world.
woman in the world, and I was like, okay, I'd make that trade every time too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow. So did you win? Did you lose?
Okay, so I started on the winning team, definitely ended on the losing team, but it was a controversial loss because we really won, and then I guess you can't dive or something in flag football.
Oh.
I think it's a bunch of made up baloney, but
okay.
Yeah.
So
mentally,
next time,
I won and lost.
That's good. That's how you have to. That's I guess how you do so well in auditioning, because that's.
Yeah, even if I
mindset.
bomb it, I go out like I'm like, okay, killed it.
So your parents were really good at they raised you really well, I'm guessing, because
oh man, I hope so.
they because a lot of times a lot of kids are just like scared of things or whatever, and I feel like you see somebody who's like
I'm wild.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of much. Like I'm a big adrenaline junkie too. So like I think fear is like one of the bottom things.
Gotcha.
I do hate the dark though.
Ooh.
Like I need a nightlight to this day.
So we now know what scares you.
I need to be able to
Adrian.
see something.
We know what scares him.
Oh yeah.
Now, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere at I am Adrian Dev.
I am
Twitter, Instagram, mostly, not Snapchat. But yeah.
That's so cool. And you talked about you did something with Katy Perry where you were talking. You're just
oh my God, yeah,
Instagram stories. Like you're big on Instagram stories.
We like started to chant how it was just IG story. Like Snapchat doesn't exist. We're totally team IG story. That's it.
And so were you just like you just have all these really famous friends? How did you get so many famous friends?
Oh man,
Any tips?
I think Hollywood's such a small world, and I think once you're out with a certain group of people, you kind of, I mean, like a lot of film kids, a lot of actors, producers, we all kind of stick together. So I don't know. I think it's just it's a really small world in Hollywood.
That's cool. That's so cool. Now, let's go back to the charity side. You were talking about anti-bullying before you came on here, which is huge. I was listening to the news yesterday for this little girl who got strangled by a bunch of boys on a bus. It was horrible.
Oh,
what do you think that people should be doing for anti-bullying?
I think it's more like there's so much people need to be doing. But I think a big thing is, having the kids that have the confidence that are in these schools with the kids getting bullied, to stand up. Like there's nothing small about that. One of my big things is I was a big brother. It's just treat everyone like they're your little brother or sister. You know what I mean? Like we're all humans. We're all dealing with the nonsense that's going on out there, and there's a lot of nonsense going on. But I think just being a good person and looking out for one another. Like treat people like they're your family, and life gets a lot easier.
Yeah, it's hard, and if you're out there and you're getting bullied, you can always reach out to somebody.
You reach out to me.
Yeah,
any day of the week. You just tweet me, send me a message on Instagram. I am there, and I despise bullying with a passion.
Yeah, something definitely needs to be done with that. But you're here today with the Artist Project, mentoring someone. So today you gave a family a certificate.
Oh yeah.
For Headshots for Life. How did they feel about that? Did they?
Oh, I think it's more how I felt about it. I loved it. They loved it too, but I think it's just connecting. Like, one of the kids has ADHD. I grew up with really bad ADHD. I think a lot of my problems with bullying kind of goes back to that. And, it's just, I don't know. I feel like with kids, it's like, I think I'm still a kid. So, getting to talk to another kid that's going through something that maybe I went through. And, like, I think, like, my life in school was super hard. But now looking back, I have endless lessons, I feel like, that I can talk to people about and
inspire them to just keep doing it.
It's just like, for me, if I had known like, okay, I wanted to be an actor or a musician or something like that at an early age, I think it just makes life way easier when you know what you're going. Like for me, I had no idea, so I just kind of winged it the whole time. But you know, for these kids that come in and they know like, okay, this is the path they're on, you know, and they're surrounded by all this positivity and you know, good mentors and stuff like that, it'll change the game.
That's awesome. Now, I know a lot of people have ADHD. Is there any kind of tips you can give people to deal with that? Because a lot of people live with it and can't afford to go to the doctor or just don't know what to do.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just like picking your brain. I'm like, he's so smart. I'm just gonna pick his brain.
I think for me, the biggest thing with ADHD was, you know, not really listening. You know, you see all these, like the other day I was scrolling on Facebook and I see someone post this, you know, Facebook post that's about, oh, ADHD is made up by pharmacists or something, you know, that like, just like the cancer conspiracy theorists or something. And it's like, unless you have it, like you don't know what you're going through. Like I could be here right now and, you know, be focusing on that palm tree behind me that's like waving in the wind. And that's kind of like the big thing is like our brains are all over the place. And, you know, it's hard when you're a kid. I don't know, advice-wise, like my advice is, you know, there's going to be people that talk about you and everything you do in life. It's kind of just to tune that out, because I look at my career now and ADHD I think is the best thing that can ever happen to someone. As an actor, I'm like, it's insane. I always look at, like, people would always tell me that I was like the jack of all trades and master of none because my ADHD, you know, wouldn't let me focus on one thing. And till you find like one thing that you need, like as acting, like I focus on, you know, different characters, different roles and stuff all the time. And I'm trying to draw inspiration from everywhere I can. And I think the ADHD has like helped me with that more than anything. So it's really like find a creative field. Like I'm not saying you can't have ADHD and be like a doctor or something. I know I couldn't. But I think it's really just about finding what you love, finding people that love the same thing, and, you know, just working.
That's awesome.
Working and enjoying life.
All right, now we're about to wrap up, but I want to talk about your movie coming out. What's the name of Vice? It's
called Vice.
Vice?
Yeah, it's called Vice, coming out on Christmas Day.
And what's it about? Cool. Can you tell us what it's about?
So it's mostly about Dick Cheney. He's, you know, Christian Bale is the main character. He's Dick Cheney. And it's about, you know, a lot of what our country went through back during like post 9/11 around then with the presidency and the vice presidency, you know, kind of like, I guess the political climate, things like that have, you know, maybe led to where we're at right now. I don't know.
That's cool. How did you book that job?
They send me an email.
That's awesome.
Send me an email or like, hey, can you come in for a couple of days on this project?
That's amazing.
A couple of the camera guys and stuff had worked on Westworld with me. So, you know, I just came to set, saw these guys I knew, and then
that's
all worked out.
That's so and amazing.
I had no idea. I didn't know the movie was called Vice. So I guess there's like pictures, there's like videos on the internet of me. Our code name was Backseat. And I was like, oh, I got this movie coming out with Christian Bale called Backseat, and then our trailer dropped. And then it was called Vice, and yeah, kind of. That's
amazing. Now, how did you get into character for that? Did, like, as an actor, how do you prepare for a role?
I feel like it's always different. One thing that I do that I think every actor does is go to my bathroom and look in the mirror and start practicing and getting into character. I feel like, I don't know, it's for me, like, I'll watch a lot of other films. I'll try to find actors that I like. Or I'll just go to social media, honestly, and I'll post a Facebook status or a tweet and be like, okay, this is what I'm preparing for now. What are your recommendations? And, you know, I have a lot of actor friends on my Facebook and social media, and they'll be like, oh, watch this movie, you know, read this. And then I'll go do those things. I'll kind of, you know, try to figure it out for myself.
Well, that's amazing. Now, if somebody wants to join your network and ask you questions, they can just follow you at...
I am Adrian Dev.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Do you have anything else you want to promote or talk about? You have other movies coming out, your Bollywood movies.
You can watch Netflix Medal of Honor right now, too.
Ooh.
It's already out.
That's awesome. What's that?
It's a show about veterans.
Oh,
I got
cool.
guys that earned the Medal of Honor.
Wow.
And,
do you play a guy that earned the Medal of Honor?
I do not. I play a more stereotypical role in this Army project. But I worked with, you know, some amazing actors.
Who'd you work with?
Like Paul Wesley from like Vampire Diaries, Ben Schwartz. You know, he's now Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's awesome.
With James Marsden that was in Westworld.
That's so cool.
And, yeah, it's crazy. It came out on Veterans Day. It's all veteran kind of themed.
That's awesome. Well, now I'm going to check that out because you're in it. That's so cool. Well, thanks so much for coming on here. Everyone, make sure you follow him. He's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Guys, do me a favor and share this video. Share it everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere.
I'm Lauren Francesca.
Send it to your aunt.
Yes, your
Send
uncles.
it to your racist uncle, that didn't come to Thanksgiving. I don't know. Share it with everybody. That random neighbor you have that keeps asking you for milk and stuff.
Yeah.
Tell him yes if he shares this video.
See, you're funny. You're very funny. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow Adrian. And yeah, guys, tune in for more Artist Project every Thursday. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.